Plunge into turquoise waters teeming with kaleidoscopic marine life. Stand before crimson monoliths that have witnessed 40,000 years of human history. Hear the haunting didgeridoo echo across landscapes so vast they defy comprehension. Australia isn't just a destination. It's an adventure that will forever change how you see our world. Welcome to the land where nature's most spectacular experiments unfold before your eyes. Where ancient rainforests meet modern architectural marvels. Where beaches with sand so pure it squeaks beneath your feet stretch beyond the horizon. Before we begin our journey, a quick question for you. Which of these Australian animals is not a marsupial? Share your answer in the comments, along with which Australian wonder you're most desperate to experience. Now, buckle up as we dive into a continent where every sunrise reveals new wonders waiting to be discovered. Your Australian adventure begins now. Nestled between rolling hills and sparkling coastline, Adelaide combines elegant colonial architecture with vibrant festivals and award-winning wineries minutes from the city centre. Fun fact: when Adelaide was established in 1836, it was the only Australian city founded as a colony of free settlers rather than convicts. Planned as a center of civilization and religious freedom, with a revolutionary grid layout surrounded by parklands that still defines the city today. What makes Adelaide special is its perfect positioning. Within 20 minutes, you can be sampling world-class Shiraz or swimming with wild dolphins. Would you rather explore the historic Adelaide Central Market or take the tram to Glenelg Beach for a spectacular sunset over St. Vincent Gulf? Just a short flight from mainland Australia lies Tasmania, a heart-shaped island of pristine wilderness, rugged mountains, and haunting convict history. Fun fact: Tasmania was once connected to mainland Australia before rising sea levels created Bass Strait around 12,000 years ago, isolating Aboriginal Tasmanians who developed the world's most isolated human population for nearly 10,000 years until European contact. What makes Tasmania extraordinary is its astonishing biodiversity, compressed into a relatively small area. Ancient rainforests with 2,000-year-old trees, dramatic dolerite peaks, and pristine beaches with orange-hued granite boulders. Would you rather hike through spectacular alpine landscapes or explore the controversial Museum of Old and New Art, Mona, carved into sandstone cliffs? Shimmering like a mirage on Australia's western edge, Perth stands as one of the world's most isolated major cities. A sun-drenched metropolis where urban sophistication meets laid-back beach culture. Fun fact: Perth sits on the ancient lands of the Whadjuk Noongar people, who have inhabited the region for at least 45,000 years, making it one of the oldest continuously occupied human settlements on Earth. With archaeological evidence showing the area was thriving long before ancient Egypt built its first pyramid. What makes Perth remarkable is its perfect climate and stunning setting along the winding Swan River, with Kings Park offering panoramic views from its elevated position. Would you rather explore the historic port city of Fremantle or venture to Rottnest Island to meet the famously photogenic quokkas? Rising from the banks of its namesake river, Brisbane emerges as Australia's fastest-growing major city, a subtropical metropolis where innovative architecture blends seamlessly with natural beauty. Fun fact: Brisbane was built on the traditional lands of the Turrbal and Yagara peoples, who called the area Mianjin, meaning place shaped like a spike. Referring to the peninsula around which the river winds. When European settlement began in 1824, it was initially established as a brutal penal colony for the worst offenders, before transforming into the vibrant city it is today. What makes Brisbane special is its perfect blend of urban sophistication and outdoor living, with an extensive riverwalk network and man-made beaches. Would you rather explore the vibrant South Bank Cultural Precinct or venture to nearby Moreton Island to hand-feed wild dolphins at sunset? Sprawling across Australia's tropical north, Kakadu National Park stands as a living cultural landscape, a place where ancient rock art galleries tell stories from the world's oldest continuous civilization. Fun fact: archaeological evidence shows that Aboriginal people have continuously inhabited Kakadu for over 65,000 years, making it one of the oldest sites of human occupation on Earth, with rock art spanning stylistic periods that have allowed researchers to track changes in the environment. Weapons technology and cultural practices across tens of thousands of years. This dual UNESCO World Heritage Site covers nearly 20,000 square kilometers of exceptional natural beauty. From floodplains and billabongs to escarpments and forests. Would you rather cruise on yellow water billabong among saltwater crocodiles? Or hike to Ubir Rock for panoramic views while surrounded by ancient rock art? Weaving along the banks of the Yarra River, Melbourne thrives as Australia's cultural capital, a sophisticated city of hidden laneways, world-class dining, and passionate sports fans. Fun fact: before becoming a thriving metropolis, Melbourne was known as Narm to the Kulin nation of Aboriginal Australians. Following the short-lived gold rush boom of the 1850s that briefly made it the richest city in the world. Melbourne served as Australia's first capital city from 1901 until 1927, when Canberra took over the role. What makes Melbourne unique is its distinctive blend of Victorian-era architecture and bold contemporary design, with hidden laneways revealing street art, speakeasy bars, and boutique shops. Would you rather explore the graffiti masterpieces and hidden bars of the CBD, or experience an Australian rules football match at the massive Melbourne Cricket Ground? Stretching over 2,300 kilometers along Australia's northeast coast, the Great Barrier Reef stands as one of nature's most magnificent creations, the world's largest coral reef system, and the only living structure visible from space. Fun fact: the Great Barrier Reef we see today is actually relatively young in geological terms, just 8,000 years old in its current form, having formed after the last ice age when rising sea levels flooded the continental shelf of Queensland. Previous reef systems existed in the same area, going back 500,000 years, but they've repeatedly died and reformed as sea levels changed throughout Earth's history. This UNESCO World Heritage Site comprises over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands, creating an underwater wonderland of vibrant corals and marine life. Would you rather take a scenic helicopter flight over Heart Reef or spend the day diving with manta rays and sea turtles? Rising from the red earth of Australia's spiritual centre, Tjuta National Park showcases some of the continent's most impressive natural monuments. Ancient rock formations holding profound cultural significance for Indigenous people. Fun fact: both Uluru and Kata were formed around 550 million years ago when an inland sea covered central Australia. As the sea receded and the Petermann Ranges eroded, sand and rock were deposited on the plain and gradually compressed into rock. Then tilted 90 degrees through tectonic activity to create the dramatic vertical formations we see today, making them geological windows into Earth's distant past. The rocks appear to change color throughout the day, shifting from deep purple to burning orange as the sun moves across the sky. Would you rather experience the magical field of light installation, where 50,000 spindles of light bloom as darkness falls over Uluru? Or take the Valley of the Winds walk through Kata? Curving around one of the world's most beautiful natural harbours, Sydney shines as Australia's oldest and largest city, a place where urban energy meets beach lifestyle in perfect harmony. Fun fact: Sydney Harbour, now one of the world's most recognizable waterways, was once a river valley that was flooded by rising seas around 10,000 years ago after the last ice age. Archaeological evidence shows the area was inhabited by the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation for at least 30,000 years before British colonization began in 1788, with hundreds of rock engravings, middens, and cave paintings documenting their long connection to this land. What makes Sydney special is how its iconic structures complement, rather than compete with its stunning natural setting. Would you rather climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge for unparalleled panoramic views, or explore the coastal walk from Bondi to Coogee? Perched on a peninsula where the red Kimberley Desert meets the turquoise Indian Ocean, Broome exists as one of Australia's most unique settlements, a remote outpost with a fascinating multicultural history tied to the pearling industry. Fun fact: Broome became the world's pearling capital in the late 1800s, with the dangerous industry attracting Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, and Malay workers who created a multicultural society decades before the rest of Australia. The town's Japanese cemetery contains over 900 graves of pearl divers who died working in the industry, many from the bends before modern diving equipment was available, creating a poignant reminder of the human cost behind the pearl trade that shaped the region. Would you rather explore the fascinating Pearl Luggers Museum or witness 130-million-year-old dinosaur footprints revealed at extremely low tides at Ganthome Point? Rising mysteriously from golden sand in Western Australia's Nambung National Park stand the Pinnacles, thousands of limestone pillars creating one of Australia's most otherworldly landscapes. Fun fact: these bizarre formations remained unknown to European Australians until relatively recently, with the first known documentation occurring in 1934 when the area was difficult to access. Aboriginal traditions describe the Pinnacles as the fingers of young men who drowned in the nearby sea after disrespecting the area, while geological evidence suggests they formed from limestone created by seashells during the Pleistocene epoch, when the area was beneath the ocean, exposing and shaping the pillars as the sea receded and winds eroded the surroundings. Would you rather visit at sunset, when the lengthening shadows create a mysterious atmosphere, or explore the excellent Pinnacles Desert Discovery Center? Stretching along Whitsunday Island's east coast, Whitehaven Beach extends as a 7-kilometer ribbon of the purest silica sand on Earth, a blinding white shoreline consistently ranked among the world's most beautiful beaches. Fun fact: the extraordinarily pure white sand of Whitehaven didn't originate on the island itself, but was carried there by sea currents over millions of years. Geologists believe the 98% pure silica sand came from the ancient supercontinent of Gondwana when Australia and Antarctica were connected. With scientific analysis showing the sand has a completely different composition from other beaches in the region, with its purity preventing it from retaining heat even under the tropical sun. Would you rather take a scenic flight over Hart Reef and the Whitsundays before landing directly on Whitehaven Beach? Or join a sailing trip through the Whitsunday Islands? Nestled between two World Heritage Sites, where ancient rainforest meets coral reef, Port Douglas offers a sophisticated tropical escape on Queensland's northern coast. Fun fact: Port Douglas experienced an extraordinary transformation from a sleepy fishing village to a world-renowned destination after Australian media mogul Christopher Skase developed the Sheraton Mirage Resort in 1987, investing over $100 million in a project that fundamentally changed the town. Ironically, Skase later fled Australia as a fugitive from justice over business dealings, dying in exile while the town he transformed continued to flourish as a gateway to natural wonders. Would you rather take a day trip aboard a luxury catamaran to experience the pristine Agincourt Reef at the outer edge of the Great Barrier Reef, or join an Aboriginal guided Dreamtime walk through Mossman Gorge? Curving around Australia's easternmost point, Byron Bay embodies the nation's quintessential beach lifestyle. A coastal town where surfer culture meets creative energy and spiritual seekers. Fun fact: before becoming Australia's counterculture capital, Byron Bay was an industrial centre with a slaughterhouse, dairy factory, and whaling station operating until the 1960s. This industrial past ended when surfers discovered the perfect breaks and hippies arrived seeking alternative lifestyles, transforming the town's identity so completely that few visitors today realize their beachside yoga sessions take place where whales were once processed and slaughtered. Would you rather learn to surf at the Pass, one of Australia's most perfect beginner waves, or explore the vibrant farmers' markets and artisan shops that showcase the region's creative community? Winding along Victoria's dramatic southern coastline, the Great Ocean Road unfolds as one of the world's most scenic coastal drives. A 243-kilometer journey past towering cliffs, lush rainforests, and iconic rock formations. Fun fact: the Great Ocean Road was actually created as a massive employment project for soldiers returning from World War I, with 3,000 ex-servicemen using picks, shovels, and horse-drawn carts to build it between 1919 and 1932. In addition to providing much-needed work during the Depression, the road was dedicated as a memorial to fallen soldiers, making it the world's largest war memorial, as well as an engineering triumph through previously impassable terrain. Would you rather take a helicopter flight over the rugged shipwreck coast, or explore the Great Otway National Park's treetop walk among ancient rainforest canopy? Stretching along the Fleurieu Peninsula south of Adelaide, Sellicks Beach offers a uniquely Australian coastal experience, where dramatic cliffs meet a wide sandy shore that doubles as a public driving beach. Fun fact: the distinctive cliffs overlooking Sellicks Beach contain fossils dating back 600 million years to the Ediacaran period, representing some of the earliest complex multicellular organisms on Earth. In fact, this region is so significant to evolutionary history that the Ediacaran geological period, 635 to 541 million years ago, is the only period in Earth's geological timescale named after a location in the southern hemisphere. Recognized by scientists worldwide as a crucial window into life's earliest developments. Would you rather spend the day fishing from the shore where whiting and salmon are common catches? Or time your visit for sunset, when the ochre cliffs glow golden against the pink-hued sky? Hidden in Western Australia's remote Pilbara region lies Karijini National Park, a landscape of ancient red gorges, crystal-clear pools, and breathtaking waterfalls that reveal 2 billion years of Earth's geological history. Fun fact: the distinctive layered banding visible in Karijini's gorge walls represents one of Earth's most significant geological features. The banded iron formations that literally changed our planet's atmosphere. These bands formed 2.5 billion years ago, when the first photosynthetic bacteria began releasing oxygen into the oceans, causing dissolved iron to precipitate out in layers, eventually leading to the oxygen-rich atmosphere that made complex life possible and giving us a visible record of one of the most important transitions in Earth's history. Would you rather challenge yourself on the spider walk through Hancock Gorge or relax at Fortescue Falls, a permanent stepped waterfall that cascades into the perfect natural swimming pool of Fern Pool? As our journey through Australia's most amazing places comes to an end, I hope you've discovered the incredible diversity that makes this continent so captivating. From ancient landscapes shaped over billions of years to vibrant cities where innovation and natural beauty create perfect harmony. Australia isn't just a destination. It's a collection of experiences that challenge your perceptions and create memories that last a lifetime. Each location we've explored offers its own unique story in the continuing evolution of this remarkable land. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more journeys to the world's most extraordinary destinations. Drop a comment letting us know which of these Australian wonders captivated your imagination most and which you're adding to your travel bucket list. Until our next adventure, keep exploring, stay curious, and remember, the most unforgettable journeys often begin where the guidebooks end. See you on our next global adventure.